Hello my friends, welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I am Travis. I thank you for checking out this video. Hey, real quick, if you are someone who enjoys pro wrestling content on YouTube, then this is the channel for you. If you haven't subscribed yet, I ask you please just take a couple of seconds, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share this video, get in on the action because you know what? This train ain't stopping, baby. Look guys, it's after Monday Night Raw. I have to put out a video out there. I'm tired. I'm sure you might be tired. But you know what? We're not stopping. We have work to do. We need to discuss. We need to talk about some things. So let's get into some of the stuff that happened on Monday Night Raw. Some things better than others, pretty much. I want to dig right into the Damien Priest promo with Jey Uso because to me, here it was, finally, we get the attention is finally on Damien Priest, right? Like, this is his World Heavyweight Championship, right? He's the main focus. He's the top guy on Raw. Cody is on SmackDown, which, first of all, I saw a tweet or a post out there saying, this is the second week Cody Rhodes won't be on Monday Night Raw. So much for not being a part-time champion. Guys, that is a SmackDown championship. Cody is on SmackDown. He's not going to be on Raw. He even mentioned it last week. He said he thanked Adam Pearce for letting him show up on Raw, even though he's a SmackDown guy. Like, come on. Let's use our heads here a little bit, people. Anyway, let's get into the Damien Priest promo he had with Jey. At first, he came off like he was a very baby face, like he was a good guy type thing. And I was like, the whole time I'm watching, like, is this it? Is he gonna go into a face type thing here? And no, he flipped it on me. So Damien Priest, I mentioned it in a few other videos before. I think he is eventually going to turn into a baby face, but maybe right now with the current build, what's going on, maybe he stays as a bad guy. I do believe Judgment Day is ending, though. I know I've been saying it, but all the signs are there. Rhea's gone for a little bit. Dom is now hurt. I don't know for how long. I don't know if that changes plans. I don't know what's going to happen as far as that goes. Finn wasn't there tonight, but man, we got some great news about Finn Balor. Man, I'm jumping around everywhere. Finn Balor tweeted, or put it on X, that he has re-signed with WWE, and I could not be any happier because I know for the past few videos that I've talked about Balor, I was hoping that he would resign. I was hoping that he wouldn't go to AEW. Balor is now in better hands because of Triple H than he was with Vince, because Balor has always been a Triple H guy. That has always been Triple H's guy. So if any of you were Balor fans and you have Balor being a champion in your goals and what things you want in WWE, I feel like it's more likely to happen under Triple H than it was going to happen with Vince. I know he won the Universal Championship for one night, but after that, Vince never really gave him back in that top spot. I think Triple H is going to let him get back into that top spot eventually. I even see Balor going up against Priest here. And you know what? I just thought of it now. If you're going to keep Priest as a bad guy, let's get Finn Balor to be the good guy, and let's get a Balor and Priest rivalry, and to me, that's money. But to stay on the topic of Damien Priest, he had that promo with Jey to get their build for Backlash for their championship match, which is wild, by the way. Two guys that we weren't talking about being main event guys, well, just a couple of years ago, and here they are. Main event, Jey Uso versus Priest, and they're going to be on Backlash fighting for the championship, or World Heavyweight Championship. That's awesome to me. That shows that we are moving in different directions, that it truly is a different era. It's not always the same person on top. We're getting different guys here, and I love that. The promo itself was pretty decent. They went back and forth. I think they did enough to kind of build it. It wasn't my favorite promo, honestly. I'm not going to try to be nitpicky or be too critical, but they had a pretty decent promo for what it was. It's I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I thought it was okay. Their match is going to be fine at Backlash. Yeah, it was okay. I'm going to need more, though, I feel like, for me to get behind Priest, because he came off a little soft-spoken at times during that promo. I need a little more conviction, but I think Priest is going to be a great champion. Some more big news that happened. Gunther returned on Monday Night Raw. He announces in the ring that he held that title for 666 days, Intercontinental Championship. He brought it to levels that it's never seen before. He'll go down as the greatest IC champ, and you know what? It's hard to argue that. I think he will be. Anytime you talk about the IC champions, you got to bring him up. You have to. And then he also declared himself in the King of the Ring tournament. I could not be any more excited for that because without even knowing all the other participants, I already could see Gunther winning the King of the Ring tournament. I could just see it. What do you guys think about that? We all don't know all the competitors. I think Xavier Woods entered himself in there too, but I don't know anyone else who's in here. But right now, my heavy favorite is Gunther without even looking at the rest of the landscape. Gunther being King of the Ring and then also taking that gimmick of King of the Ring and then running with it like he did with the IC Championship. I feel like he could build the title of King of the Ring like it used to be, back then. Like, I mean, Attitude Era type stuff. King of the Ring used to mean something, and it wasn't just like every time you won that you dressed as a king and you act kingly all of a sudden. No, like royalty. No, I think Gunther winning King of the Ring, I think he actually would bring back the importance in the prestigious ways of being a King of the Ring. I think it's a fantastic option. We got to talk about what happened with Imperium, though. They lost to the New Day. Gunther was watching the match at ringside. He looked like he was done. He's like, I don't want to. He was upset. He's been upset with Kaiser and Vinci on and off for a while now. He leaves. You got Vinci getting lifted up by Kaiser. Kaiser's kind of comforting him. And then Kaiser turns on Vinci. Now, I believe this was a full-fledged turn. I don't think this was just like, let me get my aggression out on my partner this week, and then next week everything's all good and they're teammates again. No, I think this was a way to write Vinci out or maybe kick him out, whatever. When he came back, when Kaiser went to the backstage area, Gunther was there, and Kaiser said, look, I told you I would do it, didn't I? I told you I would handle it. And then Gunther just smiles and nods. So I don't know if this was a plan they had to get Vinci out, but whatever it is, I don't think Vinci's part of Imperium anymore. And I am going to throw this out there. What if, and I tweeted about this, what if Gunther kicks out Giovanni Vinci from Imperium, and then Ilya Dragunov becomes the newest member of Imperium? I think that would be amazing. Dragunov and Gunther have that long history, right? Gunther lost to Dragunov. Dragunov's one of the only few people to beat or to pin Gunther. I think this would be a match made in heaven, because then eventually when that split comes, you already have the built-in feud and then the added feud with Dragunov being a part of Imperium, and then Dragunov can face Gunther down the line at some point. I think, to me, this is a home run, and I think they need to do this. Interesting promo happened later on in the show with Chad Gable. He actually came out with Alpha Academy. I was very interested to see how they were going to handle this, because clearly Gable turned heel last week when he attacked Sami Zayn after their Intercontinental Championship match to main event Monday Night Raw last week. So Gable comes out, he's in a suit, and I actually think that Gable cut probably the best promo he's ever cut. I mean, he's had some before, and he's been very good as a comedic role, but man, I love this Chad Gable. I need more of this Chad Gable, and I need to see where this goes, and I actually really do love the fact that they're bringing in Alpha Academy for this, to go along with this heel Gable, because I was thinking for a while, I was like, so what happens? Does Alpha Academy just go on their own, and Gable's just a heel by himself? It looks like Gable is going to be bringing Alpha Academy along with whatever he wants to do, and it looks like they're all going to just go and do it. There's probably going to be hesitation on their part. There's probably going to be questioning on their part, and I don't see it lasting too long, honestly. I'm glad that they're with them now, but I do think eventually Gable's just going to drop them, and then the Creed brothers are going to join Gable as a heel faction, kind of like a Team Angle type thing, very similar to it. We can all just see that writing on the wall. And I think the Creed brothers of Gable are going to be amazing. But right now, not to get too far ahead, let's just look at what Gable does with Alpha Academy. I wonder if there's going to be any changes of attitudes with Otis and Akira Tozawa and Maxine Dupree, or if they're all going to stay as faces and just kind of turn their back on Gable, or vice versa. There's something here, though. I can't wait to see what they do with this, because it's very interesting to me. Now, let's talk about the main event. Man. This took me by surprise. I'm not going to lie. The women's battle royal for the women's world heavyweight championship. Man, I was not expecting that. I was thinking Liv, I was thinking Nia to win, and it did come down to those two, but it also came down to Becky Lynch as well as the third. And part of me feels like Becky Lynch was supposed to take some time off after WrestleMania, but because of Rhea's injury, I think maybe they were like, well, we could actually use Becky Lynch to strengthen our division. So I don't know if that's the case. I just feel like that's probably what happened. I could be wrong. I might be. I probably am wrong. But yeah, it came down to the final three: Jax, Liv, and Becky, and then it became just Becky and Liv. And here I was like, wow, this is a big moment for Liv here to beat Becky Lynch. And then no, I get swerved, man. Speaking of swerve, congratulations to Swerve Strickland winning that AEW World Championship. That's a different video for a different time, but pretty happy for him to see that, for him to win that championship. He deserves it, and he's been on a roll. But getting back to the women here, Becky Lynch eliminates Liv Morgan to become the women's world champion. I was very surprised. Very surprised. I feel like it's weird because she had that build with Rhea. She lost to Rhea, and then all of a sudden, just a couple weeks later, she ends up winning the title anyway. I don't know. That's what makes me think that the plans have changed. I felt like Becky was going away for a little bit, but maybe they changed the course because Rhea got hurt. But I like this. I said I was surprised. I am, but I do like the move because Becky, you already know she's a great champion. She's been champion before. She's very over with the crowd. She's even leaving through the crowd to end the show. Not a problem with any of that. So I think what's going to happen here, while Rhea Ripley is gone, I think Becky Lynch has already got a couple opponents lined up. She, of course, can rekindle the feud with Nia Jax. That could be a feud for Becky. And then you got the one with Liv. You know Liv is going to be coming after Becky. And I do like this. I like Liv versus Becky, and it makes it better for the heel to be chasing Becky Lynch. You know, because if Liv won, it's a cool moment for a lot of people, a lot of Liv Morgan fans, but I feel like the story would be more interesting and more people can sink their teeth into it even more if the heel Liv Morgan is chasing after Becky, because Liv will get away with doing some heinous things to get an opportunity at winning that championship. So I like the decision. I'm cool with it. You guys let me know what you think about that, though. Real quick before we go, guys, I have to thank all of you. Every single person who supports this channel. I'm telling you right now, this would not be as enjoyable or as fun for me as it is right now with all of you supporting it, honestly. The comments, I mean, they make my day. The emails make my day. The likes, the subs, I mean, everything. I truly do appreciate all of it. And this is all of ours, right? This is our community. This is something we have built for ourselves here, and I want it to continue to grow. So if you know anybody who loves wrestling content, especially watching on YouTube, please refer them to this channel. I mean, feel free to share this channel on any social media posts or groups or whatever. And completely okay if you don't, but I definitely appreciate it if you do. And until then, guys, I want you to have a great rest of your week. I am going to put out another video. I want to do a draft video before the draft happens on Friday. But yeah, you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you on the next video. And until we yeet again, stay bitter.